Yesterday's video covered the unfun stuff, aka the balance changes. But now that we've discussed it, we can move on to the fun stuff, aka literally anything else. About 80% of the changes are related to build mode, so if you don't play in private servers or mess around with the build mode feature, you should, by the way, it's some of the most fun I've had on Roblox, then generally, the balance changes are the only thing that'll change for you. What did get added to build mode is huge though, mainly with some quality of life updates, but also NPC blocks that let you make boss fights, NPC battles, train yourself in JJS combat, and so much more. It's one of the best features the game has gotten, and once you figure out how to work it, there's a lot you can do. This video covers the non-balancing changes of the two recent updates, so let's get into it. First and foremost, non-private server changes. A lot of these weren't posted in the update log for reasons I don't exactly know. The main map got changed to be all Christmas themed, in that there's a bunch of snow covering everything. There's a snow fort in the corner of the map, and best of all, you get snowballs. There are piles of snow on the map you can hold E on to get a snowball, and you can throw these at people. Notably, snowballs aim slightly below the center of your camera, not your mouse, and have a sharp downward arc, which I really don't like. This means that for the best aim, you should go in first person, because camera aiming in third person is horrible. Anyways, snowballs deal a low amount of damage and ragdoll, and you can terrorize people by getting a gang squad to throw snowballs at them.
The cavalry is in charge over there. What is that?
Around.
It's like I'm playing Clash Royale. I'm like 1v1ing Eternal, and then a junkie comes in, and then there's the two archers in the back with snowball.
It's great. The other festive change I've noticed is that Mahoraga now plays a Christmas jingle when he gets summoned. It's just funny. Let me know if I missed any other Christmas changes, by the way. 5 new emotes got added, actually 6, but that 6th one is tied to a code. The 5 new gotcha emotes are 61, Iris Out, Insane 2, Miss Me, and Chaos Emerald. As for that 6th emote, it's 67. You get it from typing 67 into the code menu, and while I don't have anything against people getting it for collector's purposes, if you use this in public servers, expect to be justifiably jumped and slaughtered. Duels also got changes. You can now rematch in casual duels if both players agree to it. Duels also wait for data to load before starting, which should avoid a little bit of jank when someone spawns in first and has to wait around for a few seconds. The user interface for duels also got improved. While vague, I'm assuming this is referring to the new sparkly blue Vining Val cards that have a Toto plushie in the background, though there could easily be other duel changes I missed. Anyways, the new UI feels a little bit cluttered in my opinion, but it's not a big deal. Let me know how you feel about the change in the comments. Personally, I wish there was a classic setting for this kind of thing, but it's not unbearably bad. 2 new fun settings got added. Sunset changes the lighting to sunset, darkness murders your visibility, which is great if you want to make a JJS horror game in build mode. Private servers got a teleport players feature, which is so funny in certain situations.
Wait, I have clairvoyance on you. Wait, you lose! Wait, you lose! I don't want to be here!
But it also got a setting called Roulette Changes. Roulette itself also got changes as well. Roadside and Shibuya Crossing maps were removed. Shibuya Crossing I don't really get, though I didn't play it that much, but Roadside was a really bad map because its huge size let people run to the other side and hide the whole round, plus a lot of breaks in the invisible walls that are supposed to keep people from going out of bounds, so you could literally hide underneath the map where they placed a placeholder road. It's a terrible map, I'm glad it's getting fixed. The invisible borders for Zen and HQ were reworked, assuming that this means fixed. You're also invincible in the lobby, and if you somehow end up in the lobby while in a match because of some bug, you'll get teleported back to the match. Nice fixes. Oh, and there were bug fixes too. Normally I just put them on screen, but a lot of these are really significant changes rather than obscure bug 81 is patched. Actually, some of these fixes are better clarified as reworks due to how rolling was changed, so it's a little annoying to see them placed under bug fixes. These 2 fixes are a rework to rolling in parkour that removes the little hop you would do when you rolled. Now you just kinda roll. I've heard a lot of people involved in JJS parkour say they hate this change because it screws up a lot of old obbies that took advantage of the roll. It's sorta subjective, let me know what you think in the comments. Other notable fixes is that Ultra Cannon now actually gives the target melee iframes. Body Disfigured Clubs variant works properly again, and Transfigured Humans can dash. All good changes to keep in mind. Now let's move on to the centerpiece of the update, build mode changes. NPC Blocks got added in with the new update, and they're an output block that, as the name suggests, spawns an NPC. This NPC is able to fight, and from the start, they have nothing but basic M1s and dashes. Surprisingly, the AI is made extremely well, and even has a setting to make them passive or aggressive. Passive makes them play kinda, well, passive, while aggressive makes them act like your average 2k kill Yuji main, in that they bum rush you, do all kind of side dash block bypasses, throw out a lot of forward dashes, and really just sweat a bunch. The AI is very smart, not flawless per se, obviously Z isn't making JJS GPT here, but it's one of, if not the smartest AI in any Battleground game so far. It can effectively block, but also in a way that feels fair. It can side dash to be offensive, forward dash, and move around like real players do. They even sort of do combos, recognizing when you're ragdolled and saving moves that hit ragdoll for that purpose. And there even seems to be some kind of move understanding on the AI, where it'll prioritize certain stronger moves, such as Wing King, over weaker moves like Piercing Blood in neutral. The limits on it are that it can't adapt or recognize counters, so you can easily spam them against the AI, and it also struggles to properly M1 trade at a high level, so if you block 2 M1s, you'll almost always be able to M1 right back without difficulty. It also can't pull off a lot of combos that players can, mainly advanced ones, but that's kind of a given, and it's capable of doing very basic combos at least. The fact that it feels like an actual player is incredible, especially in how they can use moves, react to what you're doing, pathfind, and overall do more than walk in a straight line to attack. It's crazy what's been done here, genuinely super impressive. Now, customization. You can customize the name of the NPC and the shirt and pants they wear. You cannot give them accessories. I really hope an update allows that to happen in the future though. You can modify the health of the NPC, as well as whether they play passive or aggressive. Also, there's 2 settings on the NPCs, regen scaling and target NPCs. Target NPCs makes the NPCs only go for other NPCs, which lets you have NPC combat. Regen scaling is a little bit more complicated, but essentially, turning it on makes the NPC's health regen based on how much HP they have. So an NPC with 50 health out of 100, and an NPC with 500 health out of 1000 would heal to full at the exact same time if regen scaling was turned on. If it was turned off though, that 500 health out of 1000 NPC would take 5 million years to recover because they're healing the same amount each second as the 100 health dummy would. In simple terms, dummies regen more HP for the more health they have if you turn on regen scaling. Now, to give them movesets or items, it works the same way as giving players movesets or items. NPCs started with no moveset, so there's no need to use the erase moveset block, but you then need to have them touch the moveset giver block to get the moveset or item, like I have set up here. Once that happens, they'll get the movesets, and they can use whatever moves you gave them. Speed blocks also got added. These change your movement speed. Self-explanatory really. Global and local access is super helpful, and it applies to movement and rotation. When you rotate something, that rotation will get centered around the part, and if you rotate it enough, it'll get super wacky and weird. Global access resets it back to the normal rotation you're used to, which is really nice for people building anything with multiple parts. As for other changes, let's talk about the items. Flashlight got added, guess the horror game makers will like those. Snowballs are now included in the build mode menu too, but the big new item is Heng. Okay, so the way his item works is really simple, and that's to be expected. It's a 1-hour build made in collaboration with the Limbus game dev, not an actual spec. You have a 3/M1 combo that deals damage and ragdolls, each hit moving you forward. If you hit someone, a clash will happen, which cancels out both attacks. This is honestly a downside for Heng because you can deal with his flurry of attacks by mashing M1s, though also an upside because it technically lets him parry enemy attacks too. Pressing R reloads the blade, giving him 6 target mark rounds. I can't say for sure, but these seem to buff the damage of his M1s and change up the VFX slightly. There's some other convenient changes added, like conditionals and skill builder. I'll put them all up on the screen for you to read, but with that, those are all the non-balance changes that got added in the 1.67 update. It's all great stuff, and if you get into a private server of friends like I did for the update, then it's hilarious. The balance changes of Doom and Gloom definitely sucked in a lot of aspects, but in the end, the actually bad changes, Yuta's Veil Step wasn't a bad idea though, that one could have saved with some polish, got reverted, and what we're left with is essentially the same stuff, but with all the cool build mode features. JJS is, to my knowledge, the only Battleground game that has this much customization and creative outlets built in, that at times it feels less like a Battleground game and more like Minecraft or Build a Boat for Treasure. Anyways, that's all the discussion I have for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to subscribe for even more content like this. I'm Eternally, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Bye.